It's Shanti Fatu, what it do? Welcome back to my channel.
Shout out to my nigga Cat.
So today, this video is a little bit different than any video I've ever posted. The reason for that is because this is gonna be the first episode in my Get Your Shit Together series. Y'all gonna be seeing Stress Shanti a lot in this series, but hopefully me recording takes off some of the pressure of it. Before I get into it, thank you so much for all of you that have subscribed to my channel. If you still need to do so, you know where the button is. Also, make sure you follow me on Instagram at Shanti Fatu. Right now, I'll just kind of go into a little bit of background information for this particular video. One of the main things I want to use my YouTube channel for is just to kind of document the craziness that comes with being in your 20s. And so this series is really just going to be dedicated to me kind of just figuring life out, whether that be work, personal life, relationships, finances, anything that I need to have in order. I'm sure I'll have a video for it. And another reason why I wanted to do this is just to kind of give a more realistic overall view of my life. It's really easy for me to just kind of document the good things or the fun things or the traveling and all the cool shit that I do. But I think it's really important to also show the uglier sides of things. And I've never really been a person who was ashamed of my downfalls and challenges or anything like that. I'm an open book. I see every L as a lesson. I just wanted to start kind of documenting the way that I navigate through these things when they come up, because
there's always something.
Always something. What better time to start the Get Your Shit Together series than me trying to get my shit together and move back to Philly. So that is what this video is going to be about. Nonetheless, let's get into it. Welcome to episode 1 of Get Your Shit Together. So most of you know that I am a teacher, and I have been teaching since I graduated from college in 2018. I went to Howard University in Washington, D.C. And then immediately after I graduated, I moved to Philly to teach. Originally, I was in this program called Teach for America. Some people might be familiar with it. It wasn't necessarily a good fit for me. No shade to the program, but for me and my values and the things that I believe in, that wasn't a good fit for me. I did finish the training though. I did the training for the program, which is probably why I'm able to teach without having to go through actual certification classes. So big surprise, I'm actually not certified to teach right now. But I have been teaching for 3 years, so it's been working in my favor. I told myself I would teach for at least 3 to 5 years. And so right now I'm at the 3-year mark, and it's getting a little tricky, so we'll see what happens for those last 2 years. But as far as Philly alone, I moved there in August 2018, and I have loved it ever since. Originally, I moved here in a relationship, so I came here with my ex, and we lived together for the first 2 years that I've been here. At the end of 2020, I decided to return home for a few months for a few reasons. The main reason being financial, because of course when you move into a place with 2 people and then you eliminate one person, the bills are now doubled for that one person that's still there. So because I was still there, it just became a little overwhelming for me, and I had to get adjusted to being the only person contributing financially to my household. So I decided to go home to Richmond for a few months where I wouldn't be having to pay rent, I wouldn't be spending as much money on a daily, and I could just kind of like chill, duck off, save some money, and then come back. My plan was to go to Richmond, save as much as I can so that I can move somewhere else by the time I came back to Philly. I left Philly on Thanksgiving weekend of 2020, and that was actually probably 2 weeks after my uncle passed. It wasn't COVID related, thankfully, but he did have 4 heart attacks. So I had to go to Brooklyn to go to his funeral and all of that. And I had to move and all of that in the process of going to a funeral, grieving my uncle. I had testing going on at that time for school, and I was moving back home, so out of state. So it was a whole lot going on that week. But I managed to get it all done. Originally, I wasn't gonna come back to Philly until March 1st. That was my goal, just to kind of give me more time to save up. Part of the reason why I came back so soon, while I was at home, I found out in January that schools were opening back up soon in Philly, so that meant that I had to be back as soon as possible. Teachers have to go in and get tested every week starting this week, I believe. As you can imagine, the turnaround time is crazy. I did not have a whole lot of time to like find a place. I couldn't do any tours physically. I had to find my place and do a tour on FaceTime. But it actually worked out really, really perfectly. I'm glad that I found the place that I found in the time that I found it, because I'm not even sure why it was available. It's a brand new building. It was not expensive with the rent, very reasonable. The area is decent. So I wasn't really sure why it was still available, but they did tell me that there was a lot of other people waiting. I had to like really make a decision fast. I really love the spot. The apartment is really, really nice. It's like perfect for me. I was just hesitant because I wasn't sure. I don't know, I don't like making big decisions in a rushed moment, and big decisions like moving in the place that I'm going to live. That's a process for me that normally takes like at least a month to find places, like start the process of looking, reach out to those places, contact them if they're within your parameters, then tour, set up like tours and showings, get all the questions answered. Usually I'm so thorough in that whole process, so it normally takes me about a month to move. I think I did my whole process this time in maybe like a week and a half, being that I was at home and everything was virtual. But it actually worked out because out of all the options I did find, which weren't even a lot in my budget at this time, so I'm really lucked out on the place that I found. So then I was able to move back. That's pretty much what happened. Another reason I'm excited about this journey is because, like I said, like my first go around, all of it had to do with work in my relationship. Everything I did in Philly, every decision I made, it kind of all just revolved around those two things. I obtained a dog in that time frame. Mind you, this all happened like 2019, 2020. 2021, me moving back to Philly, just me and my dog, it's gonna look a lot different. It's gonna feel a lot different. I wasn't really going out meeting people too much. And Philly has a lot of interesting people and cool shit to do. I be wanting to do that, which is why I really wanted to come back to Philly and not go somewhere else. I don't think I've gotten all that Philly has to offer me. I'm not ready to leave just yet. I've been here since 2018. I'm going on my 3rd year here. Now I'm starting to really feel comfortable with the city as an individual. I'm starting to have like my own little spots that I go to, starting to find my own little pockets of people. And so it's been really great because it feels kind of like a do-over. Now I'm excited to just kind of branch out and live in Philly as just Shanti. So this was just a kind of introduction video to me moving to Richmond, back to Philly, how I ended up in Philly initially, just to kind of give some background. Thank you for watching. I cannot wait to show you all my apartment tour on the way soon. Also gonna be doing some more Philly vlogs of me just doing fun shit around Philly that I always wanted to do since I've been here. My next video is going to be a vlog from moving day or moving weekend. It might be 2 parts to it because it took me a while to move. As you can imagine, it's just me, so I had to figure things out. Of course, a lot of mishaps and challenges came up along the way, so be on the lookout for that. And then of course I'll do some vlogs of apartment tours and Black businesses that I supported. So I can't wait to take y'all with me on this journey. It's gonna be funny, it's gonna be stressful, it's gonna be crazy, but nonetheless, it's gonna be great.